Hey guys, it's Gideon. I've been making content for Ashes now for about 5 months, maybe a little bit more. I've given my impressions on things, I've put some guides together, and potentially there's a bunch of you that are going to be jumping in and trying it for the first time with Fresh Start Realms or getting your access to get your feet wet in the game here coming up in the next day or so. So this video is a quick getting started guide, how to get to level 5 and how to get your first mount and some of the stuff that goes with that. So what this is not going to cover, I'm not going to go through character creation, I'm not going to go through class choices, just really how do you jump in and get those, first 2 milestones out of the way, getting to level 5, but still enjoying the process while you do it, and how to get that mount, and then what to expect and where to go from there. So let's jump right into it. The first thing that you're going to do when you zone into the game for the very first time, you're going to want to approach one of the guard NPCs. They should have a little orangish icon above their head. It doesn't matter which one you talk to, you get an initial quest. So you're going to want to do that. And then you're going to want to kind of explore around that initial space that you're in and just outside of it too. And you're going to find different weapons laying around. So whatever class you picked, you'll get a starting weapon for that class, but you're going to want to pick up some other ones too, just so you can experiment. The weapons aren't class locked, so you can pick up a greatsword, a sword, a shield. You can pick up a bow, a wand, a book, basically anything that you want. And they're low quality starter weapons, but at least you can, play around with those and have those in your inventory for now. So now that you have that initial quest and you picked up some weapons, you have to head to one of the 2 starting areas. And the game kind of forces you either head to the left or head to the right. I usually always head to the right. As you're making your way down that path, that initial quest tells you to kill a few goblins along the way. So make sure that you, land first hit and do the most amount of damage to at least 3 goblins. You'll see it in your quest tracker. And when you get to the bottom of the ramp, you will talk to a guard there. He'll ask for your medallion and then shine it up and give it back to you. And that's kind of the end of that first little mini quest. Then you're gonna head on down the rest of the ramp, kind of bank to the left a little bit, and there's like an initial welcome quest. And that's going to have you go discover the Ember Spring in that area. And the Ember Spring system is a waypoint system. So if you get close to one when you're out adventuring, it automatically discovers it for you. If you were to die, you can then respawn at that Ember Spring. You can also choose one and only one to be your home point. So let's say you went on some sort of quest or adventure halfway across the map, you uncovered an Ember Spring, and you died. You would have the choice of spawning back at that nearest Ember Spring or all the way back at your home if it was across the map. So once you discover the Ember Spring, go ahead and head back to that quest giver and claim your initial reward. You'll get some health potions and some experience and some glint, which is a currency. You're going to want to head over to get the initial trade skill harvest gather quest chain. And you're going to follow through a series of small tasks, chopping down a tree, mining something. You'll be refining some of these things along the way. So you get a little sampling of all the gathering and refining, and it's going to end in giving you a quest to go talk to a stable master who will give you your very first mount. So that's actually really neat that you don't have to hoof it everywhere. I guess pun may be intended. You don't have to walk everywhere. You can get a mount right away. It's not super fast, but it's nice to have that right away. So now that you have your mount, you want to head over to the Townboard NPC, who is just going to explain what a Townboard is, and then you interact with the Townboard. If you've played New World, it's very similar to the Townboards in New World. It's just giving you repeatable quests, something like go kill 10 goblins in this area, go kill 10 wolves at night in this area, go find this particular named NPC, just stuff like that. And when you complete those, you get bonus experience like you would from turning in any quest. So you want to pick up some of those, especially if they're just like the easier kill collector type things like kill 10 goblins, kill 10 wolves. You might not necessarily want to grab the kill this named mob ones right away, but do that if you want to. The other thing is, as you are exploring in the initial area, get a little curious, talk to other NPCs that have the little indicator above their head. Read through or listen to the quest text and do some of those quests. One mistake that I made with this early on was knowing there wasn't going to be a ton of PvE content and just jumping to where's the right spot to just sit and grind mobs for hours. And the combat's really good, so that can be fun, especially if you're doing it with a group. But actually going through some of those initial quests and, adventuring around and discovering things, I enjoyed it more when I did it on my rogue character when the rogue came out. So I highly recommend doing that, especially earlier on in that 1 to 5 and 1 to 10 journey. Just enjoy the journey and work through some of those quests. You'll have more fun that way. And I think it's going to be just as fast as just sitting in a grind spot. It might even be faster, or worst case, it's the same, but it feels faster because it was a little bit more fun. So if you've followed my advice to this point, you're probably already level 5 with your mount. And if not, keep working on those town boards and doing those quests where you find them around that starting area, or venture out a little bit. So you've made it to somewhere between level 5 and 10. You think the game is really fun and feels good. You're enjoying the combat. You want to keep playing. Where do you go from here? So the number one thing that I can recommend is to find an active guild and join it and start talking to people and playing with other people. Sometimes I like to just fly solo and ignore Discord and just kind of do my own thing. But it's really nice to be in an active community and be able to, find other people to play with. There is a lot of, content. There are quests and stuff in the game right now, but a lot of the leveling as you work up through the higher levels, because we're in that alpha stage, requires grinding. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's part of MMOs, and the combat is really, really fun. But being able to jump into Discord with a group of people and do that together for an hour or two, it can make the experience way more fun. And then, as you stick with it, you're going to run into, discovering node wars or node sieges, or you're going to go try to run a caravan from one town to the other. And if you don't know what that even means, I have a guide on it, and it's really fun too. But all of these things are driven by player interaction. So having that good core group of friends in the game to play with makes a huge difference. Now, I'm going to selfishly plug the Federation. So if you go to discord.gg/thefederation, awesome community. I've been playing with them for the past 5 months and having a blast. From casual to hardcore, they've got something for you. So, but even if you don't end up playing with the crew that I'm hanging with these days, go find, small, large group, or invite a bunch of friends and make your own. It makes a huge difference. So I hope this was helpful. If you have other questions, drop me some comments. Look at my other guides. Do all the like, subscribe stuff if you feel like it. And let me know what else you'd like me to cover. And especially as new people are coming in, I will try to tailor impression and guide videos to help you guys along your journey in Ashes of Creation. Until the next one, peace.